Hello, hello. Back at it again. I wanted to talk to you guys about forgiveness. It's the reason why I got, some fireworks and everything going on in the background. Forgiveness can truly be that stepping stone that we all are should be excited about. Why? Because it naturally will allow us to have a chance to welcome in all that is owed to us. To be honest. Some of us feel like, we're entitled, but not owed. Like when someone be like, man, you owe me this. You owe me that. But what if God is like, I owe you a blessing. I owe you that to be turned out in your favor. Sometimes all it takes is the kind words of speaking forgiveness to one another. Even if you did wrong, even if you was in the wrong, but you still knew it was right that you asked for that forgiveness. Despite if they wanted to hear it, despite if they wanted to receive it, you still tried to offer that forgiveness. In the Bible, it does say that God knows of your heart, but He still needs you to act in such manners. So, do we have the right type of mannerism to be adults and to understand, like, man, I got to, I have to, I need to apologize. So that way the forgiveness can be understood and I can truly move on. It's something of like a personal curse that people can play on themselves when you choose not to see the greater good in just forgiving. Y'all want me to go there, man? Jesus Christ forgave. Why can't you forgive? That's where they got it from, right? Rocks, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. The words that cut deep are the words of truth. If you are truly standing in your truth, and then on top of that, you're being the most positive person that you possibly can be, why does it hurt to forgive? Why does it feel so agonizingly painful? Even if you agree to disagree, you can still ask for forgiveness. Forgive me. You say I was wrong. I don't feel like I'm wrong, but you know what? Do you forgive me? I apologize. Can you forgive me? Some people don't even know how to accept forgiveness. They don't know how to express, how to genuinely, because 9 times out of 10, it takes you off guard. If you truly take someone off guard and they're oh, you know, um, caught me off guard. If you don't, then I ain't gonna lie, your forgiveness probably didn't it probably was like expected. Then if it was expected, then it was like, how long you gonna let this be dragged out until you go ahead and do right? You hear me? I don't battle with forgiveness. I battle with the thought of, and this is just me. I battle with the thought of being able to truly be accepted for how I feel. my viewpoint. You get me? But then again, that can also weigh on me to where it can be an egotistical thing. So I try not to put myself on that pedestal, and I try to really like understand where people come from. Excuse me. I try to understand where people come from. Because when you could put yourself in someone else's shoes, then you could truly be able to be like, you know what? I I get why. I get why you felt how you felt. I get why you did what you did. I see. But since that took place, can you forgive me? And have forgiveness in your heart to truly let it go. You don't have to say all that. Like, can you do you have forgiveness in your heart to let it go? No. Because who are you to go ahead and make someone or try to force someone to forgive you? That's another thing. Some of us get so caught up in forgiveness that we think it's a victim mentality to go ahead and expect someone to forgive. No. They don't have to forgive shit. Nada. Zilch from you. They don't even have to hear your words. You could send it through text. And I'm going to be honest. Most of you, if you cannot handle verbal constructive criticism, or if you're not in the right headspace to really truly get your point across and accept being interrupted, accept not being fully heard, accept not really getting your point across and understanding what took place, how you're wrong, and all that, from A to Z, then I would suggest you do it over text then, if you're able to text the person. But even so, God, day after day after day, sin after sin after sin, does he not forgive you? Does he not just only want you to treat your neighbor as you would like to be treated? So when your dog goes shit on your neighbor's grass and you be like, well, fuck it, I ain't gonna pick it up. How would you feel if your neighbor let they 2 or 3 pound on a dog shit a big ass turd on your grass? You feel me? And to be like, fuck it. It's nature. You get me? It's being able to evaluate outside of ego, have self love inside of self, you know, and appreciation, but also be enthusiastic, be energetic, because when it's time to forgive, then that means that, you know what, I understood what my test was. I failed it. But the next time when that test comes around, oh yeah, I got it. I'm gonna be able to ace it. I'm gonna be able to look right through this and see it for what it is and be able to keep on going. That's not gonna be hard at all. That's gonna be quite easy for me. And some of us, I'm not gonna lie, we hit our head on that wall. We keep on running into it. It's like, dang man, I thought I seen it coming that time. Yeah. Forgive me, yawn. But sometimes we don't see it coming. It could come in the form of our children. A spazzing moment when a child wants to go ahead and truly just wants the attention, just truly wants a bit of direction, truly wants a little bit more proper understanding. Or a child is just being a child. And a parent cannot just be a parent all the time. A parent has to be a loving, caring individual and have parental guidance. And I'm not trying to sound politically correct, but I'm just hitting you guys with the gist of how I try to be, how I feel like this is this form of parenting has been more acceptable, not just to my kids per se, but to other relatives, other friends, family members, kids, their children, grown or young, adolescent or adult. When you put yourself in people's shoes or in the other person's shoe, then you understand where they are. It's easy to get on their frequency, their time, their level. We all just gotta have a lot more forgiveness. I'm not about to say a little bit more. No. Because I see people every day. I don't know if they're working on themselves, but I hope to God that people are. And then I find myself, even when people don't ask for forgiveness, I be like, God forgive them. I, I, I honestly would hate for something bad to happen to that person because they couldn't see past their self. God forgive them. They know not what they do. God help them see clearly. God help them be able to step outside of their own situation for one moment. Be able to understand how they hurt that other individual. Doesn't matter who's right, who's wrong. Put yourself simply in the other person's shoes. Takes two people to tango. Try on the other person's shoe. Let them, whenever they feel like they want to try on your shoes. Eventually, and this is the beauty part of it. Eventually, even if you was wrong, but you still came to that person and you apologized and you asked them for forgiveness. And even if they didn't, they didn't want to give you forgiveness. Excuse me. Even if they didn't want to give you forgiveness, even if they didn't want to truly hear you out, they understood your viewpoint. They understood what you was trying to do and say. That's all that matters. And God seeing your action being actually taken towards that avenue on that stepping stone path, like the yellow brick road. Oh man, you just need that one step, Dorothy, one foot in the front of the other. That's all it takes. And I kid you not, one moment in the future, that person, even if you was wrong, is gonna turn around and say, you know what? I'm sorry for how I treated you that day. I do apologize. I was a bit this and that. I kind of was a little all over the place. I was this and that. It's a lot that people go through as well. Whoever said that you're the only one in this world going through something? Everyone is. Doesn't matter if stuff happened on a global scale. Forgive me. But everyone goes through something in their life. You don't know when it's going to happen, how it may take place. They might have just woke up and heard some bad news about a friend that they truly did love and care for, that loved and cared for them just the same. And they could have lost that person. And then you turn around less than 8 hours later, curse that person out because you didn't had enough. But they had enough too. And they felt like they was probably robbed of that person. I'm just giving you a hypothetical. That hasn't even happened to me. It's just a true hypothetical. We forget that everyone else is going through things as well. Because how the world has us programmed to view life is you're going through it. You're the problem. You're the solution. You can do this. You can do that. When you take you and I and me all out of the equation, that's when God does tap in with you. That's when God does help you because you're now not self indulged, but you're also empathetic to how people are going through things in life. And I'm not calling no one God, but you're in the realm of like God to have the chance to forgive and be forgiven. Be acceptable of when people may come at you wrong. Be accountable for being lesser. But then don't beat yourself up too much. You could judge yourself harshly if you want to, kindly if you want to. But you don't beat yourself up to where you're down and out, wanting to go out the other way. No, 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 no. This is why this message has such excitement in the background. Because it's a chance for you to prove and show yourself to God that I can be something that isn't truly me. I can step out of my shoes and put myself in that person's shoes, understand their situation, and be able to come out of my comfort zone to ask them, can you please forgive me? I had a moment in my day, no matter what, no excuses. I was wrong. I hope you're able to forgive me. That's all it takes. Sometimes that's all we need to hear. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys do take this message and truly utilize it and foresee the test coming. Yes, you might fail. I mean, in order to be able to ask for forgiveness, that means you failed the test. It's all a learning curve. Apologies. Forgive me, y'all. I had a yawn again. It's cold air getting to me. Anyway, it's a learning curve. Because in order to truly ask someone to forgive you, you had to have been of a lesser self of yourself, at the moment in your personal state of mind, instead of being on your 10 toes, standing tall and proud. You had to have not seen what the hell the other person was trying to say or how they felt, and you just blatantly ran over it. But to turn it truly all around, to go ahead and actually see yourself, you know what, man, I did wrong on that. Oh, that conviction. Man, I got convicted. The conviction, I got chastised. I didn't got every and anything done to me spiritually possible. From a youth all the way up until adolescent and of adult age, I have been teetering on this. And I'm not gonna lie, it is hard. Oh, I bit my tongue so many times. But then after a while, I started to realize maybe I need to just not be ready to expect it from people, but do it for myself. And when I did it for self, I felt better. Then it's like, dang, I know the test when it comes. Then you don't fail the test anymore. Then that's when God praises you. That's why it's such a celebration in the background. Because it's a chance to God to see your growth, and then He could test you on it again. It won't be a pop test. You know, it down there be like, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be today. All right, cool, bet. Got you. Not gonna fail. And then the blessings. But if you're just in this to just keep on tallying up the chart of positive actions, positive deeds, and ways of conniving God out of blessings, I'm gonna be honest. God know your heart no matter what. When you wake, sleep, yawn, snow and shine, it don't matter. He know what's really in your heart. So if you come out half-ass, falsely in a sense, he worse than a bloodhound here. I'm be honest. He probably won't even have. He won't do that personally. He'll send the angels to do it personally, and he'll let it be known if this person is truly not how they say they feel. Take away that check that's coming. Make that check take a little bit longer. Make it hard for them to get to work. Make it so that they wake up agony and just so unthrilled about the day. These simple little things. I know everyone probably feels like, well, it don't matter if I don't get that check, because I got money. What if you can't get it out? The 7-Elevens are closed. The banks are not allowing any withdrawals today. It's a lot of ways that things that are can be out of humans' control. It's a lot of things. So it's a way to get you to see his true point of view and to get you to truly feel and understand where they're coming from. So play that game if you want to with God. God don't. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't even be mad at the angels because the angels are sent by God, and I'm not upset with God either. I be down there upset with myself, like all I had to do was just forgive. And then when you're able to truly hear your discernment, hear your intuition, hear your spiritual guides and spirit teams, your ancestors, your loved ones that have passed on, and when you can truly hear them advise you, forgive them. What? Man, they cursed me out. They threw me out. They burned my clothes and bleached my shoes. XYZ, XY. Forgive them. It's only gonna be so many times that they talk to you. They they don't speak to stubborn souls. They don't speak to stubborn human beings at all. So if you're unsalvageable, I mean, hey, you didn't spoke this on yourself. Then God has what's coming for you. And then there's angels that deliver that too. Everybody's working. Little do you know behind the scenes, little by little. hmm So I hope everyone truly did hear this message and take it full heartedly for the truth that it bared. When we forgive, it is a chance for us to prove ourselves to God that we can get out of our comfort zone and be able to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and see where we was wrong and try to do our best with not trying to manipulate the situation, but be of understanding to people's situation. Be understanding to how things are for people in their life at that moment. And then the work begins. The tests come. The ego gets put to the side. The self-love is evaluated. Oh, then the dharma, the positive karmic energy is able to come in and shower over you like rainfall. And it's truly a blessing. So I hope you guys understood, and one day can accept. This is all it takes sometimes. Thank you. Hope you all have a great evening. Thanks for listening.